everyone, so today's video is going to be a pretty short one. I just thought of this the other day and I thought, little fun fact that I wanted to share with my viewers. So as far as your foundation brush goes, it is really important that you keep your foundation brush clean. And I don't mean to deep clean your brush, once a week, once a month, every 6 months, whatever. I mean to be cleaning your liquid foundation brush every single day. And if you do this versus if you don't do this, you're gonna have a really different, better result with a clean brush versus a dirty brush. And let me show you why. So first off, I don't want you to think that, I sound crazy. When I say clean your brush every day, I don't mean actually deep clean it with soap or dish soap or baby shampoo or whatever. I just mean to use an antibacterial spray. So this is the cleaner that I use. This is Sephora's Citrus Brush Cleaner. It's just a spray, like it's just, and you take your brush, you spray the cleaner onto your brush, you get a tissue, you kind of swirl it into the tissue, it gets all the product off to keep it from building up in your brush. So that being said, say that you have your liquid foundation brush and you don't clean it, you might notice that it starts to, eventually the liquid's gonna dry down in the brush, and the more you keep using it and the more you keep using it, it's going to just kind of cake in there and just really be gross. Now, what your brush should look like, if you use, this kind of style of foundation brush, which this is the kind that I really like, just like a dense, this is from Crown Brush, I don't know what it is, but these are everywhere. Similar to the Sephora number 24 brush, but your brush should be really movable. The bristles should be back and forth. They should kind of be as one. It shouldn't be really piecey. It shouldn't be hard when you do this. It should just easily kind of be like, the bristles should be kind of a unit. If you don't clean your brush, the bristles are going to start to separate. Things are going to start to get really chunky, and eventually, it's not pretty, but that's not the reason it matters. Eventually, it's going to start applying your foundation differently. It's going to start to be a little bit more streaky. The brush is going to be, you're going to need to replace it a lot sooner. And cleaning your brush every day is so quick. And I know that we feel like we don't always have time to do this, especially in the mornings. We're in and out the door. I promise you, with a cleaner like this, it really literally takes 5 seconds. And the more you do it and just kind of make it a part of your routine, it's not a big deal. Here's an example of a different type of foundation brush. You can see that when I'm playing with the bristles, when I go like this, how my other brush, they all came back into place. This one, when I'm doing this, it's going to that side and staying there because foundation is caked up in it. I have to kind of like form it back to its shape again. So at that point, you're just not using the brush that you bought, and it's just piecey, and it's gonna be harder to make your foundation smooth on your face. So definitely grab a brush cleaner. I think that's like $12 at Sephora. It should last you a while. You only need 1 or 2 spritzes. Take a dry tissue, swirl it around in there, and the product will come out and you're done. It'll dry in like, 10 minutes, not even. This is a lot of times what makeup artists use to in between clients. It's an antibacterial spray also, which, you're getting the bacteria out of there too, so less chance of having germs and acne and all that other crap all over your face. Now, that being said, I do also use a beauty blender to put on my makeup. I use that mostly when I'm going out, and I use the brush in the mornings just to be quick because I don't feel like wetting the beauty blender. So with the beauty blender, same thing. You really want to wash it before you use it every time. I wouldn't say after, I would say before. A lot of people I know will just take their beauty blender, they'll either spray it with water or just, run it under the faucet really quick, squeeze it out. You really don't want to do that. You really want to clean it every time before you use it. It's just going to be really gross and germy. Different than the brush, the beauty blender being clean isn't gonna, or not being clean isn't really gonna affect the look of your foundation. It is gonna kill your beauty blender quicker though, because it's gonna eventually, so much product is gonna build up in it that you're just never gonna be able to get it all out no matter how deep you clean it. So I take mine, which it should be completely wet anyway before you're using it. You should be taking it, running it under the faucet for like 30 seconds, squeegeeing it out, and then taking it and patting it with, a towel or a paper towel. That's what I do. But they have the Beauty Blender cleaner that you can use to clean it. It looks like this. It's just like a little bar of soap, and to be honest, in my opinion, you can just use a regular bar of soap. I wouldn't use anything crazy like with fragrance and exfoliating beads or anything like that, but if you just have a plain bar of like Ivory or Dove soap, I've used that when I just didn't have this, and I've never had any issues. So my Beauty Blender is still damp because I just used it to do my face. So I'm gonna, put this back. You're gonna put it in your makeup bag or in, your makeup cabinet or somewhere dark, and it's gonna start to, grow bacteria. It's wet, it's damp, it's probably dark. You really wanna clean it before you use it next time. It's just gonna get all that gross product out of there, and make sure that you're not rubbing bacteria all over your face after each use. It's just like, think about it as like a dish sponge. You just don't want to, be putting a dirty sponge all over your face. You want to make sure it's nice and clean. Alright guys, so that's all I have for you today. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. Please subscribe, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye guys.